everyone. Today I'm going to do a Dutch pour. It's been a bit of a request in the group that I host. So I just wanted to start by talking about some of the different options. So in this one I've done three complementary colours, and I've poured across here and blown out in both directions. And so that really can become a set that's really colour toned in together. Just give you a little close up there. One of the very earliest Dutch pours, or air swipe, or whatever you want to call it, was this one. And I did a couple at the time. We've ended up with the darker colour in the centre. I haven't been able to replicate that since. I'm not quite sure what I did. So I think this might have been my very first one. But I really like it with the dark centre and moving out. I think I've gone up and then I've obviously come back again, and there's been enough dark colour in there. But there are lots of different ways that you can lay the paint to get the different patterns and effects. And I'm sure you've seen, so some people have just laid it on the edges and come in across. If I'm going one line, which I'm going to do today, I'm going to actually do it on the diagonal so I can push it out both ways. I've seen some people recently have like two tones and it down the centre and blowing it out in each direction, or some sort of pattern, circular pattern. So there's lots of different ways you can do it and have fun experimenting. So what I've worked out with this is that it really does need to be quite thin paint. You can see all that. So it's not leaving a mound, and it's leaving a very faint trail. So it's got a bit of paint on the side there. So you can just use water. I use a mixture of 20% Floetrol and 80% water. I think the Floetrol helps the paint to mix, although I've had real difficulty getting the paint to mix. You really see the quality. This one is a golden Anthraquinone, beautiful one. This is the most expensive paint I've ever bought. It's a beautiful colour. It mixed just beautifully. You're meant to just mix a little bit by little bit of water, or the mixture bit by bit, so that it does do it. I didn't do that very well today. I just put a fair bit in, and I've had real trouble mixing it. So this is the other one here. Actually, sorry, this is the Anthraquinone, and the other one is a Prussian blue, both golden. Then the other paints that I've used some Amsterdams, and a Liquitex. So greenish yellow, blue turquoise blue, and dark turquoise on this one. And I like Amsterdam, but I've just had real trouble getting it to mix in properly. I've sort of just got little bits of paint. So the trick really is that you do need to mix it in little by little. Add the water mixture little by little so that you can blend it as you go. I think I'm just about there now, but it's been a bit lumpy and funny. Okay, so you can use any colour on the bottom, but I'm just going to use the classic white today. I found some white paint mixed up, which I've added more to, so I'm not exactly sure what the base of white was. That was just white paint and nothing else. So I'm just going to pour some on the canvas. Now, you can spread it in a number of ways. Right, so I'm going to start with this beautiful Anthraquinone. I've got to keep practice saying that. Anthraquinone blue. And I'm going to just pop that right across there. Now, I might often be tempted to do it in a bit of a swirl, but because I'm going to blow it out at a pattern, it doesn't really matter so much. And then I think I'll go with this, with this bluish green or greenish blue. Bit of this darker blue, just along there. There's no exact sign, it's going to come from this way, this end this time. With the deep teal, and then I've got the greenish yellowy colour. Okay, a bit of a white mixed in with it. That's all okay. Now, of course, for now we need to take some extra white along the edges so that I can have something to blow over and blow back. I think I'm just going to put it on low to do this first stage. Just to blow it over. If I had it on too high, it would just go further. Now I'm going to put it on high. I think I've got 3 settings. Let me just check. 1, 2. I've only got 2 settings, so just on the high one anyway. And let the magic happen. So I've just got instant cells, and that is because my paint is actually probably on the thin side. But if it does, the thinner you have it, within reason, you will get more of those cells. So now I just want to think about the design. Because it was such a strong blow, I was going to have a bit more back and forth, but I was only able to do that a couple of times. I feel like this bit's just sort of a bit blobby here. I'm just thinking about what I can do, and I've got these little rings of colour. I can do something with those later. Okay, so I want to blow it out. I think I'll just blow it out by hand or maybe by a big straw. I'll see how the big straw goes by me here. Going to the hairdresser tomorrow to cover up my greys. Been in lockdown in Melbourne, haven't been able to go to the hairdresser, so excuse my grey hair when I bend over. I'm going to do it with my mouth. Okay. Like what's happening down there, but not a lot I can do with that. Let's see. Just going to put a bit of white here. A bit of white here and go back a little bit the other way. And I'm going to do the same here. I'll just have another little go with the hairdryer. Okay. Don't really want to muck this bit up down there. Still don't really like the composition much. This is better, and I can't get it to do what I wanted to do it here. Making it worse. Okay. So I've just got a bit more of a sort of shape into it here rather than more of a too much of a blob before. So I'll just put some white over a couple of those little lines. Okay, before I blew that one out, but I think I can live with that one. Interesting. I just blew. I can see this green here. I just blew it, but it's a bit of a stark bit of green compared to the rest. Cover it up a bit. Okay. Quite don't mind this little bits of colour coming through there. Just got a bit more of a sort of a wave to it now, so I'll just apply a bit of heat. Actually, just before I do, I'm just going to cover up this line here. Probably better doing that with my finger. Yeah, not making it too much worse. Okay. So I'm really just popping bubbles from a high, and then I'm going to go in. I did just accidentally here. I'll go down in a couple of places and see if I can get some more cells. There. Here. usually when you can see the thinner layer of colour over another that you can sometimes pop these cells. I don't know if you've noticed it, but here, get the cells to come up. But I already had a lot of cells right from the beginning, so I'm not too fussed about doing more. Hoping that this white will even out as it self-levels. Oops, putting a bit of colour on there now, somehow. You can see that's why you really want to have the white down the side. I missed a bit of that corner there. I'm just going to add a little bit there. Which seems to be okay. Alright, sides look okay. It's usually these corners that somehow just don't quite flow as well over. So I seem to have missed a bit on this side here too. Dirty finger into it. Okay, leave it alone. I like the colours. And now that I see it from behind, where you're seeing it, this would have been better if I just brought that down a little bit more to match there, but it's gone too far for that now. So I was wondering about using those two blues, but they actually work well, the Prussian blue and the Anthraquinone. And the turquoise is good with them.